So guys, I think we've just seen the worst. And I mean, the worst call in the history of sport. I think we actually might have just seen the worst call in the entire history of sport. And like, this is a shock that it is actually not DiJonai Carrington committing a flagrant foul.
Stop whatever you're doing. We may have just witnessed the worst whistle in professional basketball history. With 2 minutes left on the clock and the season hanging in the balance, a referee's shockingly lopsided call turned the game on its head, launching an arena full of grown adults into collective outrage. In a dramatic twist, Dallas Wings guard DiJonai Carrington, long seen as a league villain, became an unexpected victim in mere
DiJonai, you're always in a dirty play. DiJonai, once again, here we are today. Oh, DiJonai.
How did a blatant backcourt body check somehow turn into a foul on the player who was literally standing still? Buckle up, this story is packed with controversy, karma, and a glaring spotlight on everything that's broken in WNBA officiating. Let's rewind before the meltdown. Here's your 60-second refresher. DiJonai Carrington, known as the defensive pitbull, 2024's most improved player, and, depending on who you ask, a serial troublemaker, has spent the past 2 seasons stacking up highlight reel steals and headline-making scuffles. A poke on Caitlin Clark. Check. A flagrant on Skylar Diggins. Yep. More rescinded flagrants than anyone else in the league. Absolutely.
Skylar's going down for a fast break layup. DiJonai winds up and smacks her across the head, and Skylar is on the ground having a hard time getting up. But this was something where people are saying, okay, DiJonai, this is happening a little bit too much for my liking. These hard fouls, these reckless plays are happening a little bit too much. And I want to show you guys one more play that was also in that game that actually injured Gabby Williams. Now, if you watch here, Gabby Williams is going up for a little mid-range jumper. DiJonai jumps to try to block her, and she comes down to where Gabby Williams doesn't have enough landing space. So she lands in her landing space, and then Gabby Williams rolls her ankle.
Fans call her hustle. Haters call her dirty. Either way, DiJonai Carrington is front page news every time she laces up, and that reputation set the stage for the chaos that unfolded on July 26th against the expansion Golden State Valkyries. With the Wings down 3 and 1:57 left on the clock, Dallas forward Janelle Saloon launched a deep triple that came up short. The rebound popped skyward and began rolling toward the sideline like a ticking time bomb. Carrington sprinted after it, but instead of diving, she made a smart heads-up play, peeling off and letting the ball roll out so Dallas could retain possession. Textbook.
Does not look nor play like she's 35. Okay, she be bringing it to them girls each and every night. She got that, acting like that face harness, okay, like to protect her face, her eyes, her nose, whatever that is. She be look like a dominatrix to me. I be like, bro, who is that? She looks like it's giving scarecrow, or like a black raven vibe, okay, like a hawk. Like she looks like a bird of prey. Okay, and that's how she plays. She plays like a bird of prey, while the other girls on the court are just worms to her. Okay, they are bird food because she be cooking and eating everybody.
Enter Tiffany Hayes, Valkyries veteran, barreling in at full speed. Eyes locked on the loose ball, feet nowhere near the brakes. She launches like a linebacker on a blitz and slams straight into Carrington's back. Both players go sprawling into the courtside seats, nearly taking out an elderly fan who almost ends up wearing a pair of size 12 sneakers as a necklace. The crowd gasps, the bench erupts, and then the whistle. Everyone in the building, from fans to mascots to concession workers, expects a foul on Hayes, but instead, the crew chief spins, points at Carrington, and calls a blocking foul. Valkyries ball. The arena goes silent for half a second. Then, explodes. Dallas's coach loses it. Players are pointing at the Jumbotron, and even Golden State's own broadcast team sounds genuinely baffled.
So the ball gets swung, Janelle Saloon shoots the ball. It's coming out, it's coming out, it's coming out. So, DiJonai Carrington is just shielding the ball out of bounds. She's just shielding the ball out of bounds, as you do. And Tiffany Hayes tackles her to the ground.
Roll the replay. Carrington's heels are planted, arms at her sides, eyes on the sideline. Hayes covers 10 feet in a split second, shoulder lowered like she's auditioning for the NFL. In the slow-motion freeze frame, there's no lateral slide, no lean, no movement at all from Carrington. It's a textbook charge, or, at worst, a play-on. But somehow, the officiating crew sees phantom movement and whistles Carrington for the foul. One ref even mouths over the back, while pointing at the player who just got steamrolled. You can't make this up.
Dallas ball. But do you know what another referee called? Do you know what another referee called? So one says it's Dallas ball. Another referee, as you can see right here. Salon miss. Valkyrie's rebound. Apparently Tiffany Hayes got the rebound. And DiJonai fouled Tiffany Hayes. Apparently, Tiffany Hayes got the rebound and got fouled by jumping on DiJonai.
Here's where it gets spicy. Normally, Twitter sorry, X would be torching the refs and rallying behind the wronged player. But this time, the timeline flipped the script. Hashtags like hashtag karma and hashtag playupwins shit flooded the feed, while meme of Carrington poking Caitlin Clark side by side with the Hayes collision dominated the comments. Too many, it felt like the universe recalibrating. She dishes it now, she eats it. And honestly, it's hard to feel bad for the league's dirtiest defender.
Like, that might be, like, that is the worst call I've ever seen in basketball. That is actually the worst call I've ever seen in basketball. She just jumped through her. Like, she knew. Like, it is what it is. People will shield or get in the way of the ball and stand there. She just jumped over the back. Worst case scenario, it's an over the back foul. Worst case scenario, it's an over the back. Like, it is at least a foul on Tiffany Hayes, if not a flagrant.
Even neutral, fans people with zero loyalty to Dallas aren't rushing to defend her. Sports talk panels are split 70-30 against Carrington. Not because the call was right, everyone agrees it was terrible, but because they're simply tired of her act. It's a masterclass in how reputation warps public empathy.
As everyone else has seen this angle, I'm calling her in and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
Let's unpack that word, karma. Carrington's highlight reel might as well double as the league's disciplinary archive for questionable collisions in a single season, leaving opponents with sprained ankles, bruised ribs, and scratched corneas, and every time, she brushes it off with a tweet along the lines of, I just play hard, y'all are soft. So when she finally lands on the wrong side of a zebra's gone wild moment, fans aren't outraged, they're entertained. Even the headset refs seem to let it ride. It's playground justice. The bully finally trips on her own shoelaces.
Sports reporters, well, it doesn't matter how many times DiJonai Carrington wants to get on her social media and want to claim that she's the victim and that she's not a dirty player. The league has rescinded fouls. Yeah, the league's rescinding flagrant fouls on you because it's run by a bunch of cowards. They're flagrant fouls. They're dirty plays. They're trashy plays. Someone's going to get very physically injured. At this point, DiJonai Carrington, forget about it. You won't beat these allegations.
But pause the memes and Freud and recognize the elephant in the room. If refs can miss a call this badly in this moment, what does that say about competitive integrity? The league spent the entire offseason touting transparency reports and replay centers, yet here we are, a national telecast, 2 minutes left, potential playoff tiebreaker implications on the line, and a stone-cold obvious foul gets called backwards. Imagine casual viewers tuning in for the first time. What's there? Takeaway: coaches across the league have already filed at least 9 officiating complaints since opening night. Players joke about spinning the foul wheel. Analysts like LCA Robinson and Becky Hammon have both publicly called for full-time refs and a cleaner rulebook. This incident, it's gasoline on that bonfire.
Will not. Of course they're rescinding the fouls. That's what this league does. All right? Look, people can tell the difference between physical play and dirty play. And now there's a laundry list of evidence. Look, at this point, DiJonai Carrington should have been suspended, fined multiple times over. Of course they won't. Now we're gonna hit you with a flagrant, and then behind the scenes we're cool. We're gonna rescind the flagrant.
The Valkyries kept the rock, knocked down 2 free throws, and buried a dagger 3 on the very next trip. What should have been Dallas ball down 3 turned into a brutal 10-point swing. Final score, 92-82. Golden State, the Wings blew a 12-point lead, fell to 9-14, and slid even further out of the playoff picture. One whistle may have sealed their postseason fate. Carrington's stat line: 15 minutes, 4 points, 4 boards, 1 assist and 1 massive headline. Hayes finished with 11 points and the most controversial sequence of the season. Saloon's 23-point night got lost in the shuffle. And don't forget 35-year-old Valkyrie's star Adisha Ado Monroe, who dropped 27 while rocking the face shield that makes her look like Gotham's masked vigilante. Elite hoops, once again, buried under zebra stripes. So, where does DiJonai Carrington go from here? Talent isn't the issue. Her defensive instincts and improved three-point shot prove that. But perception is reality. And when even your own fan base shrugs at an injustice, it might be time for a full-on reset.
And she ends up getting Shepard in the face, the nose. I don't know which takes precedent. Oh, see, it's the hit the ball and then it's the pull back. They're showing it on the Jumbotron at a different angle that sort of looked like, watch after Carrington goes for the block, watch her pull back right here. And that's the part that I don't know if you separate that. Do you separate that?
Expect the league office to review the play, but don't hold your breath waiting for a public apology. The bigger challenge now lies with Carrington. She has a choice: double down on her edge or learn to refine it. Draymond Green figured out how to channel chaos into championships. Marcus Smart matured from a reckless rookie into a defensive player of the year. That path is wide open if she wants it. As for the WNBA, tonight's fiasco is a neon arrow pointing to 3 urgent fixes. First, officiating quality. The league needs full-time refs, deeper training, and real transparency. Second, discipline. Reckless plays deserve swift, consistent punishment, so we're not out here turning injuries into meme material. Third, narrative control. When storylines overshadow skill sets, you're bleeding mainstream credibility. Fix those, and moments like this become footnotes, not front pages. Alright, Hoopheads, your turn. Was this actually the worst whistle you've ever seen? Did karma finally cash its check? Or did the refs just write a basketball crime novel in real time? Drop your takes below. While you're at it, smash that like button so the algorithm knows the officiating rant squad is still alive and loud. Hit subscribe. We're breaking down every W blow-up from preseason to finals. Next up, a deep dive into why expansion cities are suddenly the hottest free agent destinations. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a second. And remember, the ball never lies. But sometimes the whistle does. See you in the comments.